Okay, so the tank came with the two of these MegaFlow kits. Well, the kit's actually inside the box. This box itself is not the MegaFlow kit. Anybody want to see what's inside? Anybody? Yes, you. Zurich one? Okay, since you raised your hand so nicely, we'll show you. Okay, since Zurich one raised his hand so nicely, I figured I'd show you guys what was in the kit. I'm going to try to go through this piece by piece to show what does what and kind of why. Alright, so this tube is the main drainage tube. The water where the water flows from the tank through this tube into below. So what we've got here is we've got the little strainer that plugs into there. This plugs into this piece. This plugs into here. And we've got this little adapter here. This will plug into here. And then we've got these bulkheads. This came with a couple different size bulkheads. Oops, there we go. These two fit this piece. This smaller bulkhead fits this. And this piece right here, I'll put this together like that. And that screws in there. And this is where the water will be returning from the pumps. It'll flow through the tube and out through there and spray all over the place, but hopefully I'll aim these down and it will just spray into the tank. This right here, I believe, is a bulkhead wrench, so I can use that to tighten stuff, and that's all sorts of exciting. Now, of course, this will be vertical, not horizontal, laying on my carpet. I'm going to put this together and kind of show you how it fits in the tank. Okay, I understand that this is basic, but just in case there's anybody who's watching who doesn't understand what a bulkhead is, this is a bulkhead. It's got this little nut on the other side. This fits through the drilled holes in the aquarium. It's got this little rubber piece right here. This rubber piece, you need to make sure that that goes on the inside of the aquarium. So this goes in, goes through the hole, and screws on like that. Although this will be in a vertical position, so the rubber piece is inside the aquarium. This tightens through there. I'll show you how that fits, how this fits into the plan in a second. Okay, so the bulkheads, you can see in this aquarium, it's kind of hard to see them, but there's two holes here. There's one right there. There's one right there. One of them is 3/4 inch. One of them is an inch. I'm going to put a bulkhead through each one of those, and I'll explain what happens next. Okay, so the bulkhead is installed through the first hole there. I apologize for the reflections. I actually go out of my way to try to make sure I have some of these videos properly lit to the extent that I can. So I'll see if I can get a bottom angle of this. It's probably going to look really stupid, but it's not like the first time you have seen me do some stupid video. So yeah, it's not focusing, so maybe I'll just edit this out. But that's it, connecting through the bottom of the aquarium right there. Okay, one of the things I need to do, this is the this is the little column thing, is there's this little plastic piece here that I need to break off. So I'm going to record that so that when it shatters and I'm really upset, you all get a big guffaw out of it. Rawr, I'm so tough. Okay, so that's broken off. Which brings us to this funny looking thing. This is the drain pipe. I'm just going to push this down here, and that piece is going to fit right there. Ooh, how exciting. So now you can see that this is sitting in the tower here. Water, once it gets to this point, it's going to flow through. And actually, I suppose once it gets up a bit higher, it's going to go right through and flow down through the bulkhead to where I'm going to be piping the water. Now, with this particular kit, it does have this piece is adjustable, which is kind of nice. You can use that to kind of set your water level, or say you need to stop draining for a moment. Maybe you need to do work down there or something like that, raising this above the water level. And you can see it's quite far above the water level. That would prevent water from draining down, provided all the seals are tight. So on to the next part. And if you thought that last piece was goofy, take a look at this. There should be a bulkhead there. I'm not putting one in just for demonstration purposes because I'm going to need to cut this to a certain length, and I don't want to do that at the moment. I'm not quite ready. So we're just going to imagine that there's a nice slick fit there in the bulkhead, and you can see that this fits into that little piece of plastic I just tore out a few minutes ago. And this is the water return. This is where the pumps that I had shown you are going to kick water back into the tank. So as the water gets kicked back into the tank, I can adjust these. I think that's actually kind of a nice little feature. I can, you know, turn this up or down or decide which direction I need the water pressure to go. So that's kind of cool. So here's what we have. Water goes in here, drains down, gets passed through the sump and the skimmer, and then it's going to come back up and through here. And I'm going to have a set like that over here and over here. I don't have the return put in here yet, obviously, but that's basically how this works behind the scenes. Now, from the front, it's going to look more like this. You're not going to see all that piping. It's all going to be hidden and stuff like that, but now you know what's going on behind the scenes. Most of you probably already knew that, but just in case anybody didn't, I didn't really know that very well before I started this, so that's what that is. So now I've got one of these. This is the first of 2 PVC return settings, or systems that I'm going to use. I guess not return, but this is the first of 2 PVC drains. And this is going to be connecting right to the bulkhead and for the drain. This is the coupling that I'll be able to disconnect later. It's going to come over here and over here. And this is going to be, say, a little over an inch off the bottom of the sump. That means the water will be returning underwater, and hopefully it'll be pretty silent. I'll show you what it looks like when it's hooked up. Okay, I apologize for the bad camera angles here. I don't really have a whole lot of room to work with, but that's where it connects to the bulkhead on the drain. It's going to come over here, run down, and it's going to sit about that far off the bottom. One kind of nice thing about that little coupling is it allows you to rotate this. Now, you'd have to loosen it up. I haven't glued this or anything yet, but that's basically how that's going to work. So I'll be able to put this over here, I'm guessing, somewhere near the pump, so that the water coming down will get kicked through the pump and then sent through the skimmer, and yay. I think that's all I'm going to do for now. So now I'm out in the garage. I guess I realized in the previous video I didn't really actually show how to set the PVC primer and glue, or primer and cement, so I'm going to do a quick video on that. Okay, please excuse the poor video quality here. I don't really have my tripod out here. But here's how we're going to get started. First, take some of the clear primer. And when I do this, I hold this kind of down at an angle so that I can drip down a little bit, because it does that. Put that back in there. Grab my piece of PVC. Oops. Don't grab your piece of PVC yet. Get your cement ready. And you're just going to kind of wrap around a little bit, about as far as you think it'll go. Maybe just a little bit further. A couple drips there. Now, I'm just going to take that in there. And I want to turn this, do at least a 360 if I can. Make sure it gets wrapped all the way around.